money finna go away. Your 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 money finna go away. Oh yeah. Baba la mufoya, la guerrero, Baba la mufoya, la rapeo, la mola mufoya, la guerrero, la mola mufoya, la rapeo, the Baba people coming, will catch you, Baba people coming, will catch you, nobody like you, like I do, nobody like you, like I do. Better days ahead, you enjoy. Better days ahead, you enjoy. I'm a prover, find a prover. Come a prover, from a prover. Find a prover, find a prover. From a prover. Your money finna go. Your money finna go away. 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 Baba la mufoya, la guerrero, Baba la mufoya, la rapeo, la mola mufoya, la guerrero, la mola mufoya, la rapeo, the Baba people coming, will catch you, Baba people coming, see, will catch you. I love you, love fish, the water, I like the pump water, till you in a alleyway. Don't be talking by your friend, just pulling at you. You do your own no talking, I do my own talking. I'm gonna live in so. I'm gonna let my people live in so. Your money finna go. Your money finna go away. 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 Baba la mufoya, la guerrero, Baba la mufoya, la rapeo, la mola mufoya, la guerrero, la mola mufoya, la rapeo, the Baba people coming, they will catch you, Baba people coming, they will catch you. Hello my people, amigo, people who let me, who let you. Shout out to my friends all over the world.
Welcome to Groove One. Oh, no, sorry. Every day I'm talking about Groove Time. Welcome to Bliss. Bless TV, Bless Radio. We are happy to be here again. And my man Sheku is getting ready to bring our correspondents on. As you know, our format is our first hour, we talk to our correspondents. The second hour and the third hour, we discuss. And this, we just been doing 2 hours so far since we started broadcasting on Blaze. Remember, Blaze is a new platform. So when you come, help us to popularize it. Go ahead and share it. Let your friend watch it. We are here today. We got something. Let me just tell you our itinerary before I bring my man Sekou in. Before I bring my man Sekou in, let me tell you what we are doing today. We have actually two topics today. Those topics we have today. We want to talk about who said President Boakai successfully make State of the Nation address in 26 minutes. And how credible is Senator Prince Johnson's apparent threat of a looming war if war crime code was set up and he was ordered arrested? I will have a monologue in the middle of the program, and I will be discussing why Prince Johnson must desist from threatening the peace of the country. We cannot we cannot afford another violent period. We cannot afford another war. And I don't think Prince Johnson is making threats that if he were to be arrested, his former fighters will rescue him. We will not permit him. This is not something that we can overlook. He has a great deal of command over fighters, a great deal of command over former combatants, and even those who were not even fighting for him and have good reasons to cause chaos in our community. They will be standing by to do exactly that he wants to bring down the peace and security and tranquility of our country. So we'll be doing that later on. Let me bring my man Sekou in. He has our correspondents, and they will be coming on to make the reports. This is Sekou from Blaze Radio studio in Monrovia. Sekou, how you doing today?
Gibson, I'm okay. How's everything with you
You sound tired.
there? Of course, not that I'm
I
really
know.
tired.
Okay, take it
But
away
that's
from
the
me.
job. We got to do it. So, how's everything with you there?
Well, I'm good here. I want you to take it away from me now, so you can go and do your thing.
All right, folks, whatever you're doing and however you're doing it, I'd like to say good evening, good afternoon, and hello to each and every one of you. We'll begin going over to the counties tonight to bring you our correspondent this evening. So we're going to see whether we can take Grand Bassa if we can tonight quickly. I'm trying to see how best I can get Grand Bassa coming on. So let me see if we can get Grand Bassa first if we can. Then we move on. Um, it's a little bit crazy tonight, trust me. But let's see whether we can get Grand Bassa on quickly. If we can, then we'll move on to bring you um, other people. But if you're just joining us, I'd like to say welcome to this wonderful and powerful edition of the program. This is the talking point. We discuss Liberia and the rest of our one global world. And as soon as we have Musa A. Musa from Grand Bassa County, we'll be bringing him over to you right here. Musa, I don't know what's going on with Musa right there, but let me see what I can go over to Margibi County to reach out to Margibi County and see what we can take someone from Margibi County our correspondent from Mangibi County. Not trying to get him right now. As soon as we get him, obviously we'll bring him over to you. Right here, I'm very sure our correspondent from Mangibi County is right now set to give us story from that end. So quickly, let me see whether I can get him right here. Whatever you're doing and however you're doing it, I like to say good evening, good morning, good afternoon. My name is Sheku Kuruma. Bensi Matemoko is our correspondent there in Mangibi County, and Benson is on the line tonight to tell us exactly what's happening in Mangibi. Benson, how are you?
What I'm doing great, and thanks for joining me from this part of Liberia. It's good that I'm on this platform again on this wonderful Monday evening. Isaac.
Fine, Benson. Tell us what's happening there in Mangibi County. How is Mangibi this wonderful evening hour?
Well, Mangibi is good with the great wave of citizens analyzing the state of the nation addressed by the president today. There are so many information within the communities here in Takata, Mangibi, and most especially with those in the country analyzing the state of the nation addressed today by the president. So it's somehow interesting today within the country. And the country is quiet. People are celebrating. They are happy about the president state first of the nation addressed today.
Why you think the people are happy in Mangibi County? Is it because apparently the first experience that people had with him when he had his first public address to the nation, where he has some sort of health-related issue, or apparently he's, I don't know, heat exhaustion or something like that? Why do you think people are happy, Benson?
Well, the president, in the first state of the nation address today, stressed serious points, so many points today. And there are a few that are captured from citizens on a public platform, radio station. It was highlighted. A few that are captured here today. One meeting, the citizen here in Mangibi captured from the state of the nation address from the president is about the training of 10,000 youth in the first half of 2024 with digital skills. So that's one key issue because many times over the past the past government, they did not prioritize youth in getting various skills. But with the president coming up to say that he will prioritize 10,000 youth within the country with digital skills, is somehow interesting. So these are some of the things citizens are saying in Mangibi County. And secondly, they are also stressing that the issue about working drugs, more especially people will be tested when it comes to the drug issue. So citizens are more like that once that is done, the drugs rate will be minimized within our. Since we want the best out of our children, once the drugs have been minimized, Liberians, Nigerians will get to know the importance of their children when it comes to minimizing the drugs within our country.
Benson, this is all about national issues, even though the county has responded to it the way they want to respond to it. What is it local that you have at the county level so that the world will know tonight what's happening also in Mangibi County?
Okay. So for Mangibi County, currently pastors in Mangibi County are calling on. There are two senators, those who were sanctioned to go now and exonerate themselves from the sanction list, to go now and prove to the American government that what they said about that is not true, because it's an allegation level against our two senators. The two senators of Mangibi County, as you may be aware, Senator Emmanuel Nukwe got elected 2020 election. He was elected as Mangibi senator, And recently, Senator McGill got elected. So with the growing wave of the senator with the session within our country on our senators, it does not show any sign of improvement within the country. Because mind you, if the senator within our country being stationed for a decade or a length of time, McGill will not stand to get international connection for other citizens within the country and international partners who want to come to the country to help the country with other development and policy making. They will not come to the country because the two senators are being sanctioned by the American government. So the pastors of Margibi County are calling on the senator here, our two senators of Margibi County, one from the lower, one from the upper. The lower is Senator Nathaniel Palo Mangale, and the upper is Senator James Emmanuel Nukwe. They are calling on them to go to exonerate themselves from this sanction issue.
Gibson Gerald, do you have any question from for Benson Matemoko?
Benson, are you hearing my voice?
Benson, are you hearing him now?
Are you hearing me, Benson? Okay, Sekou, no problem. You can just handle that, and then we will fix that later on to maybe tomorrow or so. You can go ahead.
Okay, I'm sure Benson was hearing you.
And you can bring yourself back on the video because I have his picture up.
Okay, I'm sure Benson was hearing you. Benson, thank you so much for talking to us from Margibi County tonight.
Thank you very much. It's a wonderful time talking to you this evening.
Folks, that was Benson Matemoko there in Margibi County, telling us exactly what has been happening in the county. Our next stop there is Maryland County, where we have Mark Nimpa. I'm trying to get Mark tonight quickly on this broadcast. I'm trying to get Mark right now on this broadcast. Let me see whether we can have Mark. If we can have Mark, then definitely we'll go over to bring the Grand Bassa correspondent. I hope we have him tonight on the line.
I want you to be on the standby. I will soon call you.
Yes, I trying to get Musa right here. Musa supposed to be on our back tonight to tell us exactly what's happening there in Grand Bassa County. So as soon as we get Musa coming on, then we'll let you know exactly what Musa got to speak out.
I think I can bring the Maryland correspondent on.
Joining us, I'd like to say good evening and welcome. Musa is not still picking up from Grand Bassa.
Let me bring the Maryland correspondent on
right now, but we will go over to Voice of Roman Serrado, where we are having Mana should be on the line tonight to tell us what's happening there. Wow.
Sekou, are you hearing me?
Henry T. Mana should be telling us what's happening there tonight. I hope Henry will get me as well. I tried to. Yes, let's take this break, folks. Let's take this break. As soon as we get Henry, then we'll definitely bring Henry. But if you got another correspondent there, you can bring the president. I'm trying to see whether I can get Henry tonight. Yes, we're still trying to see whether we can get Henry. Henry Mana is our correspondent.
I'll call you back, Mike. Just be on the standby for 1 minute. I'll call you back.
In Bensonville. Is Nimpan ready? I'm trying to get Nimpan. What's going on with the people tonight with the line?
Sekou, are you hearing me from studio there?
Gibson, you there?
You hearing me?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm hearing you now.
Because Mike was on the line. So go ahead and call Mike. Go ahead and call Mike. Mike is waiting. He was on the line with me.
Oh, Nimpa?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see what I can call Nimpan quickly. Mark Nimpan, I hope. Oh my God. I hope, I hope. Mhm. Let me call Mark Nimpan right
I
now.
can call him from here too if you want, though.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying. Let me see what I can get him from this side. If we can, then definitely. Uh, if you're just joining us, this is the talking point. This is um your one
Yeah. Are you
radio.
hearing me on mic?
Do we have Mike there? What's going
Yeah.
on tonight?
Mike, can you hear Mike? Mike speaker. Can you hear Mike?
Mike, are you on?
Yeah, can you hear him? Can you hear Segu?
I'm not really getting Seku's voice coming broken.
Okay, Segu, can you hear him?
Yeah, I'm hearing him.
Okay, so let leave it like that. Mike will be audible. Mike, how you doing today?
I'm doing very good. How yourself, Chief?
Yeah, thank you. You sent us some great stories, and I want to start with you just sent a story about. Oh my God, I can't do it here. My system is off. Let's Segu call him. Segu call him. Segu call him. Segu, you can hear me?
I'm hearing you. Let me try Mark once
Yeah,
again,
call
please.
Mike. That Mike Segu is calling you from the studio.
Let me try
Okay,
Mike
so in the
again.
meantime, let's put some music on while Segu is
Yeah,
calling them.
please.
Let me
Definitely,
play
please.
some song here while Segu is calling my brother, the correspondent from Maryland County. He sent some great stories, and that's what really interests me. He sent some great stories, and I really want us to go and do and delve into them. Um, Let me see if I can play something very familiar here. This one is coming from Flex and
KZ, DJ Flex.
Lucky for.
That's why I see you. Young player, put your up. You I see you. Young player, put your up.
okay, let's go back to Segu. Segu, will rejoin you.
Mark, how are you tonight?
I'm doing good. Yourself?
I'm okay. Mark Nimpan is our correspondent there in Maryland County. Mark, what is going on in Maryland this time? Tell us exactly.
We all doing fine. The Ministry of Education, through its CEO, in presence of Mayor Emmanuel too, have started a distribution of modern textbooks to various schools across Maryland County. And of course, the distribution is going across all schools and districts in the county.
Okay, so there has been distribution of textbooks for students in the county.
Yes.
You say who is who exactly is spearheading this? I mean, who's taking this initiative?
The CEO is in charge of the business, in President Mr. Emmanuel too, who doing the distribution of 21st century grade textbooks. It's a modern books that production is going on in the county. And it's also going on across 8 educational districts in the county.
Okay.
How many students are supposed to
According
benefit?
to Mr. Tu, he said the process the books were received during the regime, during the Weah-led government. At the time they received the books, there was no active time to do the distribution. He also said the books were intended for parents and school administrators to see how best they can take good care of the books so as to put more securities to make sure that students did not destroy them, because it's very useful and it's the 21st century book for the whites.
Okay. How many students are they expecting to benefit from the distribution of the books?
The distribution is not just for students. They are making sure to give it to the school administrators. The school administrators will see how best they can do their own distribution. Maybe they will be having a study on campus, or if you need a book, you can go sign in for the book, you carry it and bring it back safely.
Do we know how much is involved?
Do you know exactly how much is the cost?
He not very specified amount, because he said the books came from the Ministry of Education from Monrovia directly, and they just sent them to him. So he did not the specific amount for the books. So the books also include the 5 subjects like the chemistry, biology, physics, and the general mathematics.
Okay, all right. So, besides the issue of the books right now, what is it that trending in Maryland County?
Come back, please.
Besides the issue of the distribution of book, what other news do you have to share with us from Maryland County?
For Maryland County, people are really jubilating, and it was, I think, yesterday where the speaker finally called to appreciate his counterpart who in the so we have it for now.
Okay, Mark Jimpa, thank you very much.
Broken. He said it was today the speaker called.
Yeah, he said the former speaker of the House of Representatives called a mass meeting today to appreciate.
What are specific things he said during the meeting?
Mike gone already. Mike left the line already.
All right, no problem.
We are still trying to see if we can get the Grand Bassa correspondent. You can take a break, Chief, with a musical break, and let's see what I will.
I'll just go into my monologue while you go ahead. So let me go into the monologue, and while Sigu is backstage, when Sigu is ready, he will send me private message, and I will see it from my end here. Let's say the reason I want to do this today about the issue of Prince Johnson, talking to Prince Johnson about the kind of peace that we enjoy now. When I'm going to play a video, when Prince Johnson threatened, when he spoke about Joseph Boakai. And in that statement, he said that Joseph Boakai put in his speech that he wants war crime court. I changed computers too much. He wants war crime court in his speech. And so because he wants war crime court, Prince Johnson made a statement that is very interesting. And I want all of you to pay attention very carefully. When you see people like Prince Johnson making statements like this, it's not something to take lightly. I always tell people with position, power, there are some things you can do. There are some things you just can't do. Something, people with position and power, people listen to you a lot. So the reason why our country went backwards is because people like Prince Johnson George Bulley, Tomo Yaya, Ahaji Kruma, Francois Massequet, Thomas Wowoyu, Samuel Doki, Lavla Supohu, Charles Taylor. These people made our life difficult in our own country. They are the reason why Liberia has gone back more than 20 years backwards. They made Liberia today, all the infrastructure that were in place, those infrastructure were broken down. Our dam that we used to get electricity during the war, during the normal days, that dam, the people shot gun into those dams, they destroyed them. If they are not banned for the World Bank and other good organizations, multilateral organizations, we still will not have current or electricity in Monrovia today. Because of Prince Johnson and others, people who were supposed to be educated, children who were born 1990, they could not step their foot in school until they became adults. Because of Prince Johnson and others, our country was divided into pieces. Because of Prince Johnson and others, our country went down and down and down, and they called themselves heroes. They refer to themselves as heroes. Now, if you refer to yourself as hero and you think you have done nothing wrong, there shouldn't be any reason why you should be angry if somebody is talking about war crime and economic crime code. You shouldn't be worried because you thought you did the right thing. Oh, they were killing our people. We came to revenge. We came to save our people. If you actually came to save your people, if you did nothing wrong, if you didn't kill innocent people, if you don't kill people in mass, if you don't massacre people, if you don't disembowel people, if your fighters were not killing people unnecessarily, you got no reason to be afraid of war crime court. And for you to say, because the president of Liberia put in his speech that there will be consultation, there will be evaluation about the setting up of a war crime code, therefore you are threatening that even if the war crime code was set up and they were supposed to arrest you, your fighters will come and prevent the arrest. Prince Johnson, you just gave an indirect order to your old rebels, to your old fighters, to your old combatants to be on the ready just in case anything happens and war crime code is set up to return Liberia into war. And we, all of us Liberians, will resist war. We will fight for peace. We will advocate peace. We will talk about peace. We'll talk about democracy. Liberia is on the right trajectory. It's on the right trajectory to proceed and become the other country like Ghana, like other countries that are making effort, making strides, that are changing government, transitioning government in peace, and having elections after elections, and people are making their decisions based on who they like, who they want, who they believe in, and not the barrel of the gun. Prince Johnson, you will not succeed. And we will not be afraid of you to tell you that what you've done, you have just instructed your rebels to take up arms against the Liberian people again. Let me just warn you. You know, Adolf Hitler once said, I don't like Adolf Hitler, but one thing he said when you were talking to one of his generals, he said, I want you to go and capture the place now. Because if you don't capture now, for you to go there the next time, a general cannot fight 2 wars successfully. Let me tell you, Prince Johnson, all those people that you depend on, they are no longer fighting materials. You got to recruit new people because no one general can fight 2 successful wars. You will be risking danger to yourself and to your people. Do not talk about war. Do not talk about people resisting. We are not going to be afraid of you. We are not going to be afraid of you. I don't care how you get a whole house full of rebels, you get a whole town full of rebels, and you are threatening war, you are threatening reverberation of violent action. We will not be afraid of you, Prince Johnson. I don't care what you do. Liberian people have resolved to remain peaceful, and peaceful we will remain. And no matter what you think, even if Joseph Boakai were to institute the war crime code today, Liberian people will protect it. Even though I am not in favor of war crime code, but that is not sufficient for you to threaten any violence. I'm talking about my people, the fighters, and they will make sure that no arrest, they will not arrest me. Are you sure of that? Are you sure of that? You think your fighters are island? You think they are island unto themselves? Prince Johnson, the reason why you succeeded in your war at some point is because they were not just your kinsmen. There were different people that were fighting for you. Even the civilians were helping you to fight your war. That's how you succeeded. But during this time, no civilian will help any warlord to fight any war in Liberia because we will be peaceful. We will fight for peace. We will advocate for peace. We will talk peace, and we will live peacefully. So if you think by threatening and scaring people, nobody's going to be afraid of you. The time for people to be afraid of you is past. And those people you depend on, they're not going to be the same fighter that you had before. Stop making yourself look bad in the eyes of people. Stop making yourself look like someone who subscribes to violence. Stop subjecting your people, the great people of Nima, stop subjecting them to people considering them to be violent people. Stop that. In fact, you think Nima people, they kind of the level of democracy they're enjoying now. You think Nima people are going to take arm and can't go, oh, the people want to arrest Prince Johnson, you're like going to fight for Prince Johnson. Who are you fighting? Do you fighting the United Nations? You fighting the US? You fighting the Liberian government? You know, you have a lot of people to fight if the war crime code were to be set up today. And I can tell you any day, I'm one of those who do not support the establishment of war crime code because I believe it is belated. It is belated. Not because it's not necessary, not because it is not effective, not because it will not bring result, but it is belated. But why I do not support it, I will also not be able to support anyone in this country, in our country, that will advocate violence, that will advocate war, because what you are doing, you are presenting your people to be the people of chaos, and that's not who they are. You are caricaturing your people to be the people of violence, and that's not who they are. The people of Nima have resolved to live peacefully. The people of Nima have resolved to be peaceful. The people of Nima have resolved to remain in democratic function. And there's nothing any of you warlords, it's just like Grand Jada. You think Joe Bullock can wake up tomorrow morning and tell Knapu can follow him to go fight? You think Tomo Yaya can put his hand up and say, the people come here arrest me or you can't fight? You think Knapu will go fight there? No Grand Jada will take one arm. If Joy Bullock was to be arrested for a war crime code investigation, no criminal will take one arm. If Tomo Yaya were arrested to be investigated for a war crimes, nobody in Grand Jada will take an arm. The people of Grand Jada have known what violence is. They have felt it. They suffer from it. They die from it. They went backwards in their life. Some of them, they were supposed to achieve. They achieved nothing. And no criminal will take an arm. And the same way in Nima people are done with your war thing. If you tell them today they can't take gun, they will not take gun. Because they know the value of peace. They know the value of democracy. They know the value of living peacefully with your neighbors. And then because of Prince Johnson, he didn't want to be arrested. Oh, Prince Johnson, they come here, Prince Johnson, you're like go mobile lie, rebel forces who can go fight Joseph Boakai government. Huh? Let me tell you, Prince Johnson, we will be your greatest critic, irrespective of your position, irrespective of your status, your understanding of the Liberian war, or whatever you think you are. We will remain peaceful. And any violent act that you plan, it will be at your hands. And the people who you think you depend on, they are as minute as the forces of democracy. And we want to warn you on that. I want to say thank you very much for that. And Sekou, let me go back to Sekou. Sekou, how you doing there? Sekou, you know, I have to ask you here. and maybe you differ with me, maybe you don't even like what I said, but I have a serious problem. When we're talking about democracy in Liberia, we're talking about peaceful coexistence. We're talking about the peace and tranquility of the country. And because somebody said because they don't like war crime court, as if to say when a war crime court comes, only he alone is involved. He's not the only person, only warlord. Why would he be telling people, making statement in his church or full of his own people and say, if you even bring a war crime court, you think it's fighter, then they will let people arrest me? Is it not insufficient to consider as a violent threat?
Lo, let me say this and I'll say it without fear and favor. Prince Johnson has scared me. Prince Johnson, you see over there. That Prince Johnson more holding him. Prince Johnson has scared me. Prince Johnson and brave. When you put pressure on Prince Johnson Jordan, then you will see Prince Johnson run away, go Nima and go sit down there.
You go Nima and
Prince
go sit
Johnson,
down there.
yeah, he's not brave.
Nobody will come catch me.
Yeah, Prince Johnson is not brave. Prince Johnson put these things in as scare tactics. And he feels that Liberia will bow to him because Liberians have had this tendency of paying back evil. I mean, paying back good for evil. Liberians celebrate criminals, murderers. Prince Johnson is not supposed to be a senator for this country by now. No. Prince Yomi Johnson is not supposed to be a senator for this country. But the way we found ourselves, the way we put ourselves, the situation we have developed and have put ourselves into, this is what haunting us today. You think Prince Johnson is supposed to be sitting down over the resources of our country, making decisions after killing thousands of Liberians in this country?
What main thing if you must stay one fight?
Nobody is willing to fight in this country. If people were willing to fight in this country, Gibson Gerald, they would have fought during the regime of George Monolgue because there was no international community here to provide security. They would have fought during that time because the Liberian security, if you go places like Grand Judah right now, you go places like Maryland, and even some part of Nimba, you will come to realize that even when police are asked to go and effect arrest, how they can go there? Logistics, they don't even have it. When they were branding Grand Judah County Police Station, when you told any police say that police mayor, they can say, you have seen me with uniform before? You have seen me with uniform before? And they would deny that they are not police because they felt that their life were at stake.
Yeah.
So Liberians, they're not willing to fight. What Liberians have seen over the time from 1990, from 1989, 1990, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, until April 6 came, what Liberians saw on the Cape Johnson Road, what Liberians saw in 1980, when they placed people on the pole to kill them, they went into a fight and saw thousands of infrastructures being destroyed and life being destroyed. The only thing Liberian will do is this Zogo thing because the government has not been able to create the kind of job that they said it would. So Johnson is bringing scare tactics. The people who are around me will not allow you to arrest me. Prince Johnson, if government want to arrest you, it takes government nothing.
Yep.
Charles Taylor was and is more famous than Prince Johnson. When United Nations arrested, in fact, when not the United Nations, when When the arrest issue was thrown out, when the Nigerian government arrested Charles Taylor, they turned him over to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf in Liberia, the former president. Charles Taylor was very famous. Even up to now, Charles Taylor is very famous. On the Liberian soil, people who fought for Taylor, people who sweat with blood and things for Taylor, they saw Taylor being arrested on the Liberian soil and taken to another country. You think Prince Johnson can be arrested in Liberia? You think Joseph Boakai cannot sit down and say, look, they have to carry this man? Prince Johnson making more. Yomi is making more. He feels that he got the population. Look, the people of Nimba did not vote for Joseph Boakai because of Prince Johnson. They voted for Joseph Boakai because they felt that one of their sons would take or test the presidency. Because when Moses Blah became president, it was just for 3 months. The Nimba people only benefited all along vice presidency. It was Moses Blah who brought presidency to them for 3 months. And that kind of presidency is not presidency that one would say they enjoy. So the fact that you have Jeremiah Kpankun getting close to the presidency, they feel very relaxed and they feel happy about it. That's why Nimba came out in number, not because of Prince Johnson. No. Prince Johnson had a hanging whether he will win our elections. Prince Johnson told people whether he will really win our election. So where Prince Johnson will come from to say, look, the president of this country and any other country has a supreme power. They have something they call executive order. If the president passes executive order, it doesn't have to go to the legislature. If the president sees the need that the country is at a situation and one person will bring that country down or this country down, when Ellen Johnson saw that if she protects Charles Taylor, Liberia would have lost a lot of international contacts and benefit that was coming to this country, she used Charles Taylor as collateral so that Liberia will gain its strength. So Charles Taylor was used as a collateral. Let's get Charles Taylor out so that we keep our relationship with the American government, with the international community. So when Charles Taylor left, in few years of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf administration, you know what happened.
You raise a very good point. I want to hammer home the point you just raised. The people of Nima voted for Joseph Boakai for the very reason you just named. Maybe Prince Johnson might be an aiding factor. Maybe he's an aider and abetted the process. But knowing that Nima County will have come closer to the presidency, knowing that Nima County...
1 minute, please. 1 minute. Yeah. 1 minute. If there was an election in Nimba and Jeremiah Kuhn and Prince Johnson went into that election, Kuhn was going to beat Prince Johnson in that election because Kuhn himself has secured a lot of votes from Nimba already. He's the kind of person who is down to earth. He's not the kind of proud person. Kuhn can sit down with anybody later, anytime and eat. Prince Johnson is not like that. So if there was an election for Prince Johnson and Jeremiah Kuhn to have gone, even if that was the year they are going for election, trust me, Prince Johnson was going to lose to Jeremiah Kuhn. So Kuhn has his own popularity. Not because of Prince Johnson that they voted and Joseph Boakai.
I'm just thinking at what point that all of the things that happened during the war, at what point don't we still understand that violence will not solve our problem? There's no way violence can solve our problem.
The man who called himself pastor, he will wake up and say, my people will not be sitting and they arrest me. Who are your people?
So wait, so he pastor and still thinking about rebels coming to rescue him?
But a pastor thing I mean doing that skin, I mean on yes, he always skin, why he own. He using like because the leg go bit too much.
Look, we want to talk to all those who think that Prince Johnson can wave his magic wand and then fighters will be falling over themselves to come and fight for him. Don't waste your time.
Let me read something
If
to you.
Warcraftco was to come today, Shegu, if Warcraftco was to come today,
will come. Warcraftco will come, Mr. Joe. Listen, let me read something to you.
The United Nations want to bring Warcraftco there. How many people you will get to come defend not to be arrested?
Let me read something to you. Let me read something to you. Between 2017 and 2018, the Congress at 115 had a resolution in America. The resolution 1055 to affirm strong United States Liberia tie and support the democratic principles and called for full implementation of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission's recommendations, including the establishment of extraordinary criminal tribunal for Liberia. Now, that particular bill was introduced in September 2018 by Representative Donovan Daniel M. Jr., and he heads the Foreign Affairs Committee at that time. Let me bring this to you quickly. This is what it says. In the House of Representatives, the U.S., on November 13, 2018, they came up with this resolution, whereas today the United States is a home to an estimated 80,000 people of Liberia ancestry in a vibrant community across the country, whom have instrumentals in America's effort to build a peaceful, democratic, and prosperous Liberia, where Liberia and the United States are close and share close historical, political, and economical ties over the course of a nearly 200 years relationship. Whereas the people and government of the United States have a deep interest in Liberia's democratic stability and post-conflict development. Whereas the civil war from 1991 to 2002 resulted in the death of over 200,000 people in Sierra Leone and Liberia, and the displacement of 100,000 persons, and the horrific cases of amputation, mass rape, human rights abuses conducted under the leadership of Charles Taylor. Whereas Charles Taylor was convicted through the Special Court for Sierra Leone for 11 different charges of war crimes, crime against humanity such as rape, sexual abuse, slavery, and violation of international laws, including the use of child labor. Whereas the Comprehensive Peace Agreement was signed by the government of Liberia, rebel group, and political parties in 2003. Whereas the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, as established under the 2003 Comprehensive Peace Agreement, was formally created in 2005 with a mandate to promote national peace, security, unity, and reconciliation by investigating gross human rights violations and violations of humanitarian law, sexual violence, economic crimes that occurred between January 1979 and October 2003. Whereas the Truth and Reconciliation Commission released a report in December 2008 recommending the establishment of an extraordinary criminal tribunal for Liberia and listed individuals, cooperation, and institutions recommended for further investigation and prosecution, among others. Whereas the government of Liberia has not fully implemented the recommendation of the Truth and Reconciliation Agreement to date, including the establishment of extraordinary court or tribunal. Whereas Liberia experienced its first democratic and peaceful transition of power since 1944 after President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf respected constitutional terms limit and George Weah defeated Vice President Joseph Noma Boakai following the runoff during the 2017 presidential elections. Whereas the United States congratulated the people of Liberia on the successful conclusion of the presidential runoff elections and recognized the important role Liberia's Supreme Court, political party, security forces, and civil society organization play in holding a peaceful and transparent contest. Whereas The United States government and American citizens have invested in Liberia. Listen to this. Have invested in Liberia to rebuild and support democratic institutions, post-conflict recovery, economic growth, improve access to education and healthcare, professionalizations of country military and civilian security forces, and efforts to foster accountability, transparency, and government institutions.
No, let's
go to the resolution now. This is the resolution, Chief. That the House of Representatives uphold its commitment to maintain, foster, and enduring relationship between the people and the government of the United States. This is it. Urge the government and people of Liberia to support the Truth and Reconciliation process through full implementation of the recommendation of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, including the establishment of an extraordinary criminal court or tribunal, and support efforts by the Department of the United States Agency for International Development to advance Liberia efforts toward national reconciliation through continuous support for the rule of law, effective governance, and robust of role of civil society. You see that?
See, that's the point. That's the point Joseph Boakai came from. Let me put on the stage something that made Prince Johnson angry. What Joseph Boakai said in his speech that made Prince Johnson angry. Let me put those on the screen and let's read them for people to see what we are talking about. This is the first one. The first one that Prince Johnson, the paragraph that made Prince Johnson mad. That's why I'm going to be putting it. Let me do two of them, and then I'll put two of them on the screen for our people to read. This is the first one. The first one here says, if you are watching now, I made it transparent so we can be in the background while you see us and we are reading it. That's how I make it transparent. See, this is what Joseph Boakai said that made Prince Johnson angry, that make him to threaten the peace of this country. He said, corruption is a menace and a drawback. Commitment to the application of the rule of law, therefore, will be essential in the fight against corruption, as hurting the tide of public corruption is an important part of our national agenda for the transformation of our country. We must accordingly reset the fight against corruption and impunity. Now listen, I want you to listen very carefully. We have to reset. He said, Joseph Boakai said, let's backpedal a little bit. Let's come back. Let's look at the reason why our country is the way it's looking. Let's reset our society. The reset of the fight against corruption and impunity to demonstrate firmness and resolve. Now here is the part that we have decided. Yo, listen, that what Prince Johnson working himself for. We have decided to set up an office to explore the feasibility for the establishment of war and economic crimes code. He didn't say we are going to start send out the code tomorrow morning. Joseph Boakai did not say so. He didn't say, I'm telling my justice minister, I'm asking the legislature to pass a bill, or we are going to send a bill tomorrow morning to start a war crime code. He said, we have decided to set up an office to explore. What does that mean? Let me put it in simple terms for those of you in the market that are listening to us that you don't know what they call explore. Joseph Boakai said in simple terms, now that I'm president, I will set up an office. They offer the responsibility for the people in the office. They will look at a war crime coding. They will look at it. Is it good for us? Is it not good for us? What are we supposed to do? Who's supposed to help us? If we do it today, what will happen to the peace of Liberia? What will do? These people who will be in our office, their job is to advise me how we can go about this war crime code. We have decided to set up an office to explore the feasibility for establishment of war and economic crime court, to provide an opportunity, listen, to provide an opportunity for those who bear the greatest responsibility for war crimes and crimes against humanity to account for their action in court. An estimated 250,000 of our people perish in the war. We cannot forever remain unmoved. He said we can't just say that nothing happened. Unmoved. We can't just say that here like nothing happened to our people. We just say that everything that happened, it means nothing to us. We cannot be unmoved by this searing national tragedy without closure. We can't sit there and say, my people, let's close the matter here one time. Let's try and take action so that here we put it behind us. Either we forget about it or we start a war crime court and we prosecute. And listen, I like one statement he used. He said to give an opportunity for people who bear the greater responsibility. In other words, he said, look, Prince Johnson, George Bulley, R.G. Grumman is there already, Tomo Yaya, and all the warlords, those of you, Toba Maker said, all the people there, all the warlords from Kai Falo, who all the people that fight, it is time for you people to have the opportunity to come and account for your action. Oh, my people, I didn't kill nobody for nothing. Oh. If I kill anybody, then maybe we're fighting them at bullet test now. But I didn't go to people who to take people from there to kill people. Born naked, all the people. No, I don't kill nobody. Or I kill somebody, but the way I kill the person, it was not myself. My children do it. I didn't tell them to do it. And someone say I punish now. Those things to give an opportunity for you to account for yourself. But listen to the last sentence, the other paragraph. Look at the other paragraph. He said, we shall seek. Now, I don't know when Prince Johnson, when you were listening, he didn't listen to the other part. He didn't listen to the other part. And that's what Dr. was saying right now. We shall seek advice and assistance. I want you to underscore that word. We will seek advice and assistance from the office of the United Nations Secretary General to ensure that the court, if feasible, will be in compliance with higher standards of similar courts everywhere. The legislature will have its say appropriately in this matter in order to avoid any appearance of vendetta. How else this or witch hunting? How else they make a speech? What did Joseph Boakai must say? Listen, I'm not a fan of Joseph Boakai. All you know, I'm not a fan of Joseph Boakai. But to this particular statement, to these two paragraphs, let me break it down in sections. Joseph Boakai said, my people, so many things happen in our country. 250,000 people died. I want to remember quarter of a million. 250 people lost their life in our country. People did something that were bad. So as a president, I will set up the office. The office will look at all the things that happened during the war and say, hey, can we establish a war crime court? Or we should not establish a war crime court. If we establish a war crime court, is it going to be in the interest of peace? Is it going to be viable? Is it not going to bring violence back? They will look at all that possibility. Then they will advise me what to do. Because I want to make sure that people who did things during the war, they have the time to come and explain what they have done to defend themselves. Because even if Prince Johnson does not appear before any court, everybody in Liberia believes that Prince Johnson did bad things. Why if Prince Johnson go to the court and there's no evidence against him, and the people say, Prince Johnson, you are exonerated, you are free, you are acquitted. Prince Johnson will not be carrying car to be dancing and say, and the people say, I will buy man, now the people free me. And that's what you will say, and a good thing for him to go to court does not mean you're going to jail already. But the last thing Joseph Boakai said, that what I want you to listen to. He said, if we're ready to set up this court, we will ask the United Nations Secretary General and say, if the court you can set up, it must be the same way the court in Sierra Leone looking. It will be the same way the court in other countries looking. We don't want our own court to be a kwasa. It must not be flat. It must come with standards so that nobody will think that the court was established to go after them, to be a vendetta, or we're trying to pay debt, or we're trying to witch hunt. That's what he said in his statement. Prince Johnson woke up, he went to a church, He didn't even listen good. You know that you were listening that day. He ear or their own war crime code. He didn't care whatever was said beside the war crime. He didn't care whatever was said beside the war crime. He walked on and said, "Oh, they may not bring war crime code. They may put a statement there. We should be dancing. We should be rejoicing. We should be happy. They may put a statement. He said, we'll do war crime. Are you kidding me? That's not what the man said."
Let me play something for you quickly. The War Crimes Code, Liberians have been yearning for it and they need it. They cry under the Weah's administration. Listen, let me play it for you.
President George Manuel Weah.
My president, our president, we believe in you.
As a peaceful citizen of this nation, I've been victimized by this war.
There were rampant killings, torture, rape. I lost my two brothers.
I survived from the St. Peter Lutheran Church massacre.
My cousin was about 12 years of age. She was continuously raped till she had to bear him more than 5 children.
Liberia needs healing. We beg you that the War Crimes Court come to Liberia.
Without justice and accountability in this country, we could see Liberia going back to its dark days.
It happened in 1980, we forgive and forget, and we saw the reoccurrence of war. It happened in 1985, we forgive and forget, and we saw another war coming back. In 1990, was quite disastrous for our nation. You are now sitting in a right position to address the issue of accountability in our country.
President, we are calling on you
to take justice as a priority.
I'm calling on you immediately to do that for the citizens of this nation.
Thank you.
You listen to that. You saw it. You view it. You saw it. Wow. Wow. So you have people crying. You have people wanting this War Crimes Code. You have them. They want this War Crimes Code. They want this War Crimes Code. They need it. So President Boakai said he's setting up an office to advise him. That's why President Boakai is saying he's setting up an office to advise him. What actually need this War Crime Code? You have had people who have worked behind the scene for years, making sure they do what they can do to get this particular War Crimes Code established. They want justice for civil war in this country. BBC have reported on that. The people want justice. What the international crimes were committed in Liberia during its civil war? Has anyone faced justice for these crimes? Has anybody? Why is justice for Liberia past atrocity crimes important? Why is accountability an issue now? Years after the Civil War. How do justice and efforts to achieve social healing interest? What options are available for accountability in Liberia? What the Liberia Truth and Reconciliation Commission recommend? for addressing war crimes and international crimes committed during the conflict. What could extra criminal court for Liberia do?
And and Sekou, the problem is the reason why people are talking about the war crime court is because our law, the body of laws, do not recognize some of the crimes that were committed. That's why under international law, war crimes and crimes against humanity, they are categorized as a way of punishing people who do these things. Our law does not have, we don't have an authentic law that talk about crimes against humanity. For example, stopping a group of people from eating, or putting one group of people in one place and having them there and frustrating their movement. To prosecute the kind of people, some of them they are misdemeanors, some of them they are felony B, felony C, felony E, some of them they are bailable. So if you prosecute them under the Liberian law, people will go scot-free. Okay, so that's why the War and Economic Crime Court is being advocated for. Like I always say, the timing of the War Crime Court does not meet my agreement, but that doesn't mean that people don't have legitimate reason. There are people who are really hurting at this point. I know a friend of mine. He has 6 brothers and sisters. His mother, his father, his 6 brothers, they were all killed with his daughter. Okay? They were all killed with his daughter. This man, and when you telling him that there should be no war crime code, he tell you, say, Mommy, I want to speak to you again. I want the people to be punished. For him, establishing a war crime code and prosecuting people who committed crimes against the war and putting them behind bar is a closure for them, for him. Other people who are even considered criminals or the perpetrators, they didn't do anything, and people look at them and say, Mommy, you kill people. For him, going to court, standing before the judge and the jury, and standing before the prosecutors, and coming out of that place as not guilty is a blessing for his whole life. Think about Babu. If Babu had not gone to the court, what would they have said about Babu? Babu would have lived his life guilty forever. They took him to the Hague, they prosecuted him, they released him, and they said he was not guilty. Today, Babu, nobody talk about Babu committing crimes in Ivory Coast. So Prince Johnson should see it as an added advantage. It's a blessing that you didn't do anything because he claimed that he didn't do anything. I was defending my people. Okay? To defend, it has its own characteristic. And Sekou must say, I go to Sekou office, the studio right now, and I start fighting Sekou. There are certain ways Sekou can defend himself. And the people will say, yeah, Sekou right. But if Sekou cross certain line, they'll say, no, Sekou, even though you get a right to defend yourself, but you cross the line. What if I go to start fighting with Sekou and I run away, I come all the way outside, Sekou run behind me and do something bad to me? They say, but Sekou, the man ran away. Why you can't go and call police? Why will you follow the man all the way outside to do this? So there are ways you can defend your people. So if you say you have not done anything, Prince Johnson, we want to believe you. For me, I want to believe you. But do not try to threaten the country because somebody want to talk about evaluating the process of bringing war crime code. The president didn't even say he's going to bring it. He said we'll get one office, and the office will be looking into it. As soon as he talk of war crime code and Prince Johnson won't have court. I don't know what.
Depois a little way.
As soon as you talk about war crime code and Prince Johnson, the whole day small. I believe that day the way Boakai talk about it, I believe that day he even eat to the horse.
You were there planning how to go to the chair and go Roma.
Why do war crime code make it so much or easy?
Yes, seriously. They can really hear him.
They can come out and do it. Why Thomas can come out and do it? Why all the other warlords that are in our town, they don't know where he? Why they can't come up? They walk around go better Prince Johnson not eat.
The man will find himself somewhere. This is a war crime group. The man can be easy.
Why then one man when they talk about war crime company, he just the whole life is finished. The whole page.
Now that thing made a man run away from CDC.
Let me play one music, man.
Makes a difference, just they embarrass me, oh. I like it, oh. I like the way you they lead me, oh. Promotion everywhere, contracts everywhere, plenty money everywhere. Cause you they lead me every day. I say I like it, oh. I like the way you they lead me, oh.
That was a great music there. I'll tell you, from Mercy, that's my star. I don't know. I just like her. I like the funny part of her. She's kind of, she played fun and stuff. She's so playful, and it makes me feel like her music is authentic. I like her songs. And I'm a Christian too, right? I'm a good Christian, guys. Trust me. I'm not going to compete with some of you, but yeah, I'm good. But look, yeah, we're talking about Prince Johnson. Prince Johnson. Before we go back to Prince Johnson, I want to talk about what happened today. Joseph Boakai successfully had a beautiful speech today. He was able to, I was just listening to it before coming on air. There was no disaster. You know, he went there, he used 26 minutes and he spoke. And I tell you, people talking about it, you know, this time he was not in Sialitule, you know, this time this time he's good. So he did very well. But what happened now and then what happened then? What's the difference? The dress code, the atmosphere, the hall was cool. They got air conditioning, at least AC in the hall, and there are not too many people like the one outside. The sun was not shining directly on his head. He was not having those kind of, I don't know whether he still have bulletproof on yesterday or today. I'm not sure. But why would Joseph Boakai need bulletproof? Why does he need bulletproof? Who wants Joseph Boakai to put Joseph Boakai trouble on their hand? Me. I didn't bother you plenty. I'll meet you. I'll post slap your head. Because where you gonna catch Joseph Boakai? Who want to? Let's see, your monopoly no bulletproof veil na paper. That thing too heavy for the old man. You're stopping the old man for nothing. Nobody wants to kill Joseph Boakai. So you start putting any bulletproof vest on our old man. But today,
that 22 pounds. The jacket at 22 pounds.
Yeah, the jacket alone.
The jacket alone.
No, but Sekou, who won't kill a man? We are who they protest after protest after protest after protest. Maybe you were wearing bulletproof jacket too because he's a young man. He's younger than Joseph Boakai.
The Brabi were already fighting hard to go in his social life. Because even when the man entered the chair, he wanted Sangba to flock it. Yeah. Everywhere.
John can then book out more than anybody in Liberia.
I'm telling you.
That man is strong.
The man can sit down for long. He asked the man, President, he asked the man.
No, we got to ask Joseph Boakai to try Buga.
He said, my walking ready. That means my food ready. That we are speaking that kind of thing. He said, my walking ready.
No, that other man, he get down for presidency. But you know what? I would like to see Joseph Boakai dancing one day. That Buka, you know, to lift himself all a little bit.
Oh, you saw the picture? You see Joseph Boakai dancing Buka? You see that picture?
Oh, no, I see it, man. Just let me see if I can find it. If you have, I think somebody send me that picture. Joseph Boakai.
Check you find
it. Somebody, hey, right here. Joseph Boakai dancing Buka.
Buka.
I can play.
Oh, they probably were dancing Buga.
I can play.
I saw the picture myself. Yeah, I saw the picture. The man. Look, every president can dance. There is no president who can tell me that they have not danced. They can dance. They can dance. Yeah, they can dance. Every president in this world can dance. So you tell me that only we are he just an expert in Ebuka dancing, that's all.
Yeah. Anyway, I get it. The video I sent, they only dancing with his small day. I want dancing with. Because they put advancing, don't shake yourself too much. If you shake yourself too much, will not be responsible for any mishap. So yeah, look, but to be honest with you, today was a beautiful day. I think they should put 26 minutes. I wonder what did he really say in 26 minutes?
He touched every sector.
So because right now it was easier for him to speak on in 26 minutes because he had not operated anything. He got no details to provide.
Yes.
But when he spent 1 year and he carried on some projects, some stuff, then it will not be 26 minutes. It will go 26 minutes because then you have to go into little details about the projects he has been involved with. And I hope the first thing you're going to do is roll. Sekou, any president in Liberia that connects Liberia with roads, you will be the most popular president in Liberia. Because Sekou can leave from here today in Monrovia, where he is now, either on his motorbike or in the car, and go to Grand Jada and in the evening and come back. You can do that. You can leave
Once
in
you
the morning, 7 o'clock. By 3 o'clock, you in Grand Jada. Do what you're able to do by 7 o'clock in the evening. Before you come here, you back in Monrovia. But how can you do that with this kind of road situation? Our man, George Weah, he forgot. He forgot our role. All the southeastern leaders. I don't know.
And some of the things Joseph Boakai said today that I saw a lot of people jubilating later on. He spoke highly of the drugs issue. Joe Boakai said he and his vice president will be the first to do the drugs test. And he's urging every single person in this country to do the same. Because he declared the issue of Kush as a national health emergency, and it has to be addressed immediately. Now, from what I gathered from other people before today's speech, that A.B. Nkrumah, who was appointed as the DEA head for Liberia, is planning to pass a law. There is something that they take in the club. They call it C-Sharp. They put something in it, they put, Leoko in it, and they smoke it. They say that particular thing is what sometimes they pass this thing called push in, and the girls, the boys, they enjoy themselves. They said A.B. Nkrumah is planning in the next few weeks to put a complete stop to that thing in any club. And the issue of drugs will be looked at very seriously.
Let's read some of Joseph Boakai's statement today. Let's do justice to the people so they can say we are mean. No, we are not mean. So you guys don't say we are mean. We're trying to just be ourselves here. And so let me see. No, not this one. Not this one. I want the other ones. I got two of them here. Not this one. So let me put the one that I want. This one here is okay. There are two here. Let me take the other one. This is the one. Yeah, this is the one. Let me let me read this one here for people. Let me see. Is it large enough on the screen? Yeah, it's large
I can
enough.
see it. I can see it.
Okay, so let me enlarge it small more. Yeah, I get high to So this one says, let's read it. Let's read it for our people. Let's start from this paragraph here. Inflation. It says, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this we'll talk about the economy right here. It says inflation during the period 2023 rose from 10.1% at the end of December from 7.6% in 2010. In other words, he's criticizing George Weah government that the inflation in Liberia was lower in 2022 and it rose to 10.1 in 2020. Revenue collection, as reported for 2023, stood at 10.23 million, while expenditure total 796.32 million. What kind of country is that? I mean, we are living in debt. Joseph Boakai is able to identify debt because he has been living in debt for a long time. So he is able to identify debt. So he's trying to say, George Weah, you made 710.2 million in a year, but you spent 796.32 million. How does that? Once a large budget deficit of over 80 million. So George Weah he spent over 80 million. He spent 80 million more than the amount of money that he received. So where did he get our money from? It will be social credit, take debt. I want to read something here that he talked about that is very, very important. He said the net international reserve position reported at the end of December 2023 was 220 million. The report of US 40 million as the government of Liberia consolidated account balance. I want you to listen carefully. Joseph Boakai is telling us that in December, at the end of December, the money from the international reserve is 220 million. The one the government left in the account is 40 million as a UB consolidated account balance as of January 19, 2024. It's not supported by facts. So the government of Liberia said, Joseph Boakai, we got 40 million left in the account. But he is saying, I can't take it from them. I can't take that 40 million they're talking about. I can't take it from them. So I get no facts. They didn't show me any evidence that 20 or 40 million left in the government consolidated account. But listen to this one. The balance reported by the central bank as of the same date, so that two things coming to now, two different money coming to now. The balance reported by the CDL as of the same date was 20.5 million. Oh, 25.5 million. Highly incumbent, not 40 million. So the government of Liberia says, Joseph Boakai, we are turning over $40 million to you. It's in a consolidated account. You can use that money to start with it. Then the central bank that control the money itself, they reported, they say we got 20.5 million. That the money that left. So Joseph Boakai said, You know what I like about this? It didn't happen in Georgia case. Ellie said she left 1.5 million or 150 million.
They kept mute. They didn't talk.
Yeah, they kept mute. They didn't say anything. But Joseph Boakai put it on the spot. You know why he put it on the spot? Because if you fail to do the right thing, this is the reason why the people removed Joshua, because he sat there and allowed Ellie to dictate the pace of the conversation. But listen to the one here. Listen to what Joseph Boakai is saying here. To this end, we re-emphasize our earlier commitment to audit and ensure that regular audits will be a culture across all branches of government, not only the executive. So, in other words, he is saying, let me say this, the stock of public debt. Oh, I like to hear that one. The stock of public debt at the end of December 2023 stood at 2.21 million. The debt that government owed the public sector, the public, the people making contract for government, they not pay you. You bring goods for government, they not pay you. You bring car for government, they not pay you.
That billion down there, so
2 billion, sorry, that billion, 2.21 billion, not million, billion, an increase of 8.67% compared to end of December 2020. So in other words, government failed to pay people more in 2023 than in 2022. So listen, this is very important. This is very good. I like this because if Joshua hadn't failed to do it with Ellen, Joseph Boakai had doing it to him.
Yes.
If you fail to do accountability, if you fail to tell the Liberian people what Ellen left for you and you allow Ellen to dictate the conversation, now Joseph Boakai is doing it to you. So what Joseph Boakai is saying is the audit will take place. If you read our whole statement, there will be an audit of the process. So it left with GAC now to do the audit. Can Joseph Boakai audit Georgia government? This is the question that all of us need. It's $1 million question. Can Joseph Boakai issue an order to say, GAC, the General Auditing Commission, I want you to go and audit the former government from the president all the way down to the super, audit all of them. The law did not say Joshua cannot be audited. They say he cannot be prosecuted for action he took as a president, not as criminal action. If you did criminal thing, you can be questioned for that. But if you take action, let's say you spend money for government, they can't come after you and say, oh, their money is spent or for nothing money. They can't come after you. But if you kill people, they will come after you. That's crime. And they not say if you are former president, you cannot be audited. There's nothing like that. It didn't say you cannot be audited. So Joseph Boakai can audit Joshua, he can audit Joshua ministers, he can audit Joshua director generals, he can audit everyone in that government to make sure, for him to be sure. This is what we want, right? You guys elected him for that, right?
Yeah.
To audit the government and be sure that he is coming on a clean slate. Then when he is leaving, the next government too will do the same thing and audit. And you know what that does? It helps to increase financial probity. Financial probity, stealing money in government will cool down, because if you know that they will order you after you leave, you better be careful what you're taking to go and build your houses and build other things. And the whole thing about auditing and financial probity and lifestyle auditing that Joseph Boakai is talking about, they brought it from Tiawan Gonglo. That's my own man. He talked about financial probity. He talked about lifestyle audit. If you work in Tiawan Gonglo government, you get one car. You can't work in government. After 6 months, you get 7 cars. He coming after you. Where you get a 7 car from? So that's the same thing now that Joseph Boakai is talking about. So Gonglo's activities is not just for nothing. Even though he didn't go far, but his message is resonating. And I think Joseph Boakai should go after people, go after the government. Other than it's not witch hunting, it's really just accountability, right? We say
for me, I want to see it.
You want to see it?
For me, I want to see it. I want to see it. I just want to see it.
So
when George we have
no, that one, no, I can defend Joseph Boakai. You don't believe that Joseph Boakai can audit George we have?
I just want to see it.
But they made you do it, but why are you stretching on? You want to see it?
I say the fuller man can't take back. I want to see the bathing bucket because they normally use keto or ticket. I want to see it. It has not been historical. It has not been like that before.
A practice in our country.
Or a practice where when government leaves, another one comes, they will have to check. That has not been the case. So if now they're raising red flag on it, it's something I want to see. It's something that I sincerely want to see that it will take place. It has not been at all. No. If Joseph Boakai audit George Weah government, there will be a lot of ministers, a lot of authorities at country levels, directors, agency heads who will be caught in the web. But did that happen to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf administration? Is Joseph Boakai prepared to do such? Liberia is also good at setting history. It's possible that it's going to be the first time. In fact, Liberia set a history today. For the very first time in Liberian history, for a president to speak, addressing the nation for 21 minutes.
Oh, the time he took to sit down, all that one called 26, eh?
Just say 26 minutes. That's a lot.
The time he took, because he can walk slow from the podium to go to
another thing I would look at is Joseph Boakai don't need power in 2029. He served as vice president for 2 terms. He's serving as a president now. Do we really think that Joseph Boakai wants to be re-elected?
And that is
Joseph Boakai got his children.
That is a strength.
He got his daughter. He got his son. Are these people also following their father's footsteps tomorrow? Now, the father will have to be careful in another way around because he's already old. He needs to lay a foundation for his kid that when he leaves the scene tomorrow, people will cry and say, we want his son or his daughter to come. So if Joseph Boakai says he will do audit I am nowhere around to say it wouldn't happen because he got nothing to lose. After 6 years, he's done with
Nothing to
politics.
lose. Nothing. Absolutely nothing to lose.
But the very people who Joe Boakai will be telling to go through the audit, you know our Liberia system, Mr. Gibson Gerald. When you give me $20 to go to buy something, when I go to buy that something, I tell the person to give me $20 receipt and I pay
the
them
with Mary Bro. They need to start with Mary Bro.
When you get a Liberian man of authority to go and do investigation, when he goes to do the investigation, if you came to audit me, Gerald, they are paying you $3,000 to come audit me. And you came to audit me and I gave you $15,000. And say, my man, who you be and go. The document will change in our country. A fiasco.
Don't make me vex, my man. The thing talking is making me vex.
A fiasco. You gave a policeman $150 to go and arrest Gibson Gerald. When the policeman got to Gibson, his uniform failed, the uniform color failed, and he doesn't even have a good boots. Then Gibson Gerald entered the house and bring a brand new police uniform with a boots and give the man $1,500. Say, go and find something to do. When I come back later, come and arrest me. Mr. Gerald, case done. When that officer see you, he call you Brabby. I'm a papi here. So this is the country where things will be said and won't be done. If Joe Boakai do this particular thing he's talking about, it will lay a foundation for he and his children. What does he want to benefit? What does he also want to prove? Does he want to prove a point that he's different from Ellen Johnson Sirleaf after he worked on Ellen Johnson Sirleaf for 12 years? Does he want to prove a point that he's really different from George Manuel Weah? Is he the first president who are coming out to be very much clean? Doesn't he have any record of corruption? Because he said point blank today that he will fight corruption to the letter. And if
these promises,
promises don't move me. When Ellen Johnson Sirleaf took over in 2006, Ellen Johnson said corruption under my administration will be public enemy number one. In 2011, she said corruption is eating the fabric of the Liberian society. So corruption is a vampire and it has to be fought. In 2017, before she left power, she took responsibility of Nokai, telling the Liberian people that are responsible because of my son's body. So you think when president making the kind of statement now and they move people? Until these things will be implemented and we see it.
Sekou, the only strength Joseph Boakai has is two things. In fact, three. One, he was vice president for 2 years. He knows what it is. Now being president, he has reached the zenith of his life. You can't leave from here now and be anything again apart from, saying goodbye to the world. And that can be done by God's will and not by any human being's wish. That's one. The second thing is he may not go for second term. He might be too tired to go for second term. And people say, oh, you wish the man, you don't even know how long you're going to live. Definitely, we don't know how long Joseph Boakai is going to live. He's an old man, but as a president, Sekou, the man will have the money to take care of his health. It's not going to be like when you were there and George Weah had to send $2,700 to him to buy a ticket or to come to America to go to the hospital. It's not going to be like that. Even if they can spend $500,000 a year for his health to keep him up, they will do it. and they will justify it. So that's not number one and number two strand there. He is not going for second term, but he is going to be taken care of, and he's going to live long enough to be able to do the things that he said he want to do. The third thing is he has already made a name, my brother. He already made a name. He's not going to convince anybody to make them to please them. Whether you please him, he please you, he please you. After he turn, he care. He done. He finish with government business. He going retirement. You better have been it. You better have been it. All he know, he did what he wanted to do for his government to do the right thing. And those are strength for him. If Joseph Boakai wants to institute those measures, if Joseph Boakai really want to fight corruption, he apart from Tiawan Gonglo that I believe in so much, Joseph Boakai stands in the right place to institute measures that will make corruption the true enemy number one. Because he ain't got nothing to fear. He ain't going for second term before he said, we'll not vote for you second term. And if he does well, if he actually prosecute people, if he actually hold people accountable, if people are sent beyond bars because of their stealing, Jeremiah Kun will raise himself in that process. The name will come to you and say, Jeremiah Kun and Joseph Boakai did this. We can vote for Jeremiah Kun to continue what Joseph Boakai started. But if you don't do that, if you forsake everything else that you have said, Jeremiah Kun is in trouble because they will say, oh man, you are with the people that they all honor man, the old man. They do nothing, they lie to us. We don't want them, we want something different. And that's exactly what's going to happen if Joseph Boakai and others did not do anything very well for them to do the right thing. If Joseph Boakai doesn't do anything, the Liberian people will be angry. The Liberian people will not like it. The Liberian people will be frustrated. The Liberian people will be disappointed. And there will be no way that Jeremiah can come out and say, we did it. He will be trying to explain the same thing that Joseph Boakai did. I was an old car parked in the garage. I did not have the power to do anything. I was not at the hand of authority. I was not the one making the decisions. The same song is going to be sung again. The same song that Joseph Boakai sang, but the Liberian people sorry for him and say, okay, let's try. And he said he was not in power. He was vice president. Let's get in the presidency and see what he do. And then they give you the presidency and you mess it up. I'll be the first person my wild mouth is going to open and I'm going to speak about it. I see that your internet is blurring inside it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to us, it's 4:56. We got 4 more minutes to be here, and I'm going to definitely leave Sekou with you. But let me just tell you some of the things we are in the process of doing. We are in the process of building a very big media empire. We are building a newspaper, a radio station, a television, and we are working towards all 3 of them at the same time. Believe me, we will have an online presence, a technically sufficient online presence. We are working on our online radio station, where those of you in other countries, as I used to be on Groove, where you used to listen to us on that radio station, anywhere in the world you could listen to that radio station. We're going to build that too, because if our radio station in Monrovia, you cannot get it, you should be able to get it through our online radio station. We're going to do that. We are promising that. So long God gave us the life and the ability to do it, we'll do that. I will be in Monrovia in March, and I'm only coming for that. I'm not coming for no horse project for myself or nothing. My wife will be blessed with me, but I'm not coming for no other project but just radio station and newspaper. That's all I'm coming for. All I'm coming for. And that I have made a promise to her, and thank God she has agreed that in March, when I get to Monrovia, my only attention will be how to put the newspaper on the street and how to get the radio station. Maybe the radio station will be running before I get there. Maybe it will be up and running.
Obviously, with the kind of speed right now.
Yeah,
with the kind of speed right
that
now
we are going with, it looks like the radio station will be up before that time, hopefully.
We are very optimistic.
That's one. Number 2, we are a little bit new when we talk about name, okay? We're not new in the media. Sekou is he's a very good guy in the media. I've been in media for long, but guess what? We are broadcasting on a different platform that people don't know. We are broadcasting on Blaze. Okay, this is a Blaze Radio, Blaze TV, Blaze newspaper, Blaze website, Blaze everything. Many people don't know it yet. Therefore, it is difficult for people to. Sometimes when people see it, but when one day again, what kind of thing they call Blaze again? But trust me, this will be a beacon of independent, factual, fact-driven newspaper, radio station, and television. We are not going to be doing stuff. It will express our opinion, a different thing. But if you check our website, and talking about our website, let me take you there right now. Let me take you to our website so you can see what our website look at. And then we would like you to visit our website anytime. We want you to visit our website anytime. Wait. I'm trying to put a website and trying to welcome you. Okay, let's go. Let me show you the website a little bit so you can see what the website look like. It's not bad at all. So this is the website right here. Okay, the website. You can go to any. This is our front page right here. We got politics. These are political news. We got courts, law and order. We have business news stuff. Some of these stories are business, economic news. We got our entertainment and culture. We got sports news, and now something else is coming between now and tomorrow. We have a layer right here, right between the business news and the entertainment news. We are putting the county news because we are going to have 15 correspondents or more from the counties. And those stories that are coming from the counties, they will be found right here. Apart from the front page, they will be found right here. So when you want to go to your county, you go to your county and you see it there. We see Maryland. We just put the counties and the stories will be there. We have sports, and then we have different things too. Like we said, we want to go to politics. You click on politics, and then politics, all the political stories will pop up. If you go there, you can also go to news. You see GGAA news. You see interviews. If we got one-on-one interview, we put it right there. Diaspora news that are happening in America, Europe, and Australia, other part of the world will be right there. You see content news will be right there. And so we want you to try to put more time to us. Go to our website and figure out for yourself if you are in any county. If you are in any county and you have someone who wants to be a correspondent, please get to Sheku. Sheku number is here. I don't know if I can find this. Sheku not get number here. Sheku number not there, but tomorrow.
Yeah. Hopefully tomorrow, by the grace of God, when we shall have done what we're supposed to do earlier, and we can rush to Grand Cape Man and Bomi, come back quick. Definitely.
Yes. I will try our best to make sure that you go to Grand Cape Man. You and Bruce going, right?
Yeah, Bruce and myself will be going tomorrow.
Okay, no problem. We need a print press on those motorbikes, and then we'll at least we'll know, the people know that the journalists are moving, so it can be like any ordinary.
Yeah, for now we leave it because the speed the green one has, it move with us faster.
Look at that! Hey, yeah, you don't choose that motorbike. Then I'll go choose it.
Mm-hmm. No, it can be used. It can be used for our reporters. When we're going out, no, trust me, the green bike is like a car.
Okay. So what we'll do, we'll buy that green bike then. Then you maybe buy two of that green. The other two motorbikes we buy, we'll buy two of that green bike. So we have 2 speed green bikes, 2 non-speed. Then the vehicle can be used for our manager and stuff like that. So yeah, but hey, Segu, thank you very much, guys. Thank you. We'll see you again tomorrow, and I'm leaving you with Segu right now.
Thank you very much, Gibson. Jerry, I'd like to say a very big thank you to you. Folks, hopefully tomorrow evening, we'll be bringing you Grand Cape Mount and Bomi County correspondent. Like we said previously, we hope to bring you female voices from Grand Cape Mount and Bomi County. We'll do same with Bon County, Lofa County, and then we'll have some mix up in Nimba, Grand Jide, River G, Sino, and you just name it, because we need females to be in power, not just the male. Gibson is working harder to make sure that the skills that journalists has that has been buried over the time comes out. Yes, he's working tirelessly in his weak way with this particular team to be able to set up what we call a media empire. In the next 2-3 months, trust me, like I said, Liberia will be blazing with Blaze Radio. The internet will be busting with Blaze Communication Network. And we all want to work along with him to push this agenda. Once again, we'd like to say thank you. Join me tomorrow morning for the early Blaze morning discussion. I will be in line with Top FM in Grand Jida County. Hopefully Voice of Rural Montserrado in Bensonville, Classic FM in Kakata, hopefully a station in Buchanan called Basso FM. We are doing all we can do that the evening broadcast as well have the kind of people who will be pumping out in the counties. At the same time, we are hoping in the next few days, the next few weeks, Blaze Radio will be broadcasting on 2,500 watts transmitter, just for a start. 2,500 watts transmitter, just for a start. And when we are on, you will hear things. My name is Sheku Koroma. Gibson Jero is there in the United States. I'll talk to you when I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye. I'm out.
Thank you very much.